Hello, everybody. Welcome along. Here we go again. 10 games to go. It is round 37 in the Championship. We're here for the Friday night football to watch along with Sheffield Wednesday versus Leeds. Both sides banging form at different ends of the table. We'll be here for the next 2 hours. Get yourself comfortable, make yourself known, and enjoy the watch along. Good evening, everybody. Great to have you here. Here is what your weekend looks like in the Championship, starting with tonight's game, Sheffield Wednesday versus Leeds. Tomorrow, we will be across Cardiff versus Ipswich. Come and join us once again. Be live at 12:15 for that one. Then in the 3 p.m, it's Blackburn, Plymouth, Hull, Leicester, Millwall, Birmingham, Norwich, Rotherham, Preston, Stoke, QPR, Borough, Southampton, Sunderland, Watford, Coventry, and we're going to be back on Sunday as well because it's international break coming up. We will cover Huddersfield, West Brom. We've also got Bristol City, Swansea on a Sunday as well, so it doesn't really work me writing the hot takes in the morning anyway because 2 of the games won't have happened. So, 3 watch-alongs for you this round. If anyone dares to spend the entire 6 hours with me or whatever it would be, you deserve a medal is all I will say. Welcome, everybody in the chat. We'll go to the comments in just a second. We'll go to the teams in just a second as well. I've got a lot of housekeeping to do with Match Bingo. We brought to you in association with Match Bingo. The reason is my screen is filled with Match Bingo cards. I've got my card for Sheffield Wednesday versus Leeds tonight. We're going to play along as we go. I've got 2 free cards for tomorrow as well. Man United, Everton, you can play for free. And Bingos as well at 3 p.m. You can play for free. So do get involved over at Match Bingo. If you want to let them know we sent you, click on that there QR code and they will indeed know you've come. What's the worst that could happen? Absolutely free to play, but of course, please play responsibly. Right. So we get into some team news then for Sheffield Wednesday versus Leeds United. As is traditional, I haven't got a foggiest what the teams are. I haven't looked at them at all. All we do know is this is beautifully poised. A Yorkshire derby. Leeds have won, what? So they won 9 on the trot and then drew 1. So Leeds have won 10 out of 11. Wednesday have won 4 on the bounce. They're both functioning like promotion teams, although one of them's down in 23rd in the table. There are your teams for Sheffield Wednesday. Beadle, where's he on loan from? I think it is Brighton, isn't it? He was at Bristol Rovers with Joey Barton, wasn't he, last season? Does look like a back 3, back 5, whatever you choose to call it there for Sheffield Wednesday. Bambo Diaby, who was at Barnsley, wasn't he, in Preston. Deshaun Bernard, who was on loan at Hull from Manchester United, now at Sheffield Wednesday. Akin Famewo, he came from Norwich, didn't he, on a free. Marvin Johnson's going to try and get forward down the left. Easier said than done against that Leeds front 4, isn't it? And Paul Valentin down the right. Valentin, one of those many players who came in a bit of a, what's the word? Frantic transfer window. Everything seemed to be backloaded and delayed at Sheffield Wednesday, didn't it? Looks like Liam Palmer, according to FootMob, is going to be in central midfield. If not, Sheffield Wednesday have got about 18 defenders on the pitch, haven't they? The talisman, well, or is he? Barry Bannon, because we'll talk about the real guy for Sheffield Wednesday at the moment. Gassama and Musaba on the wings, another 2 players who came in January. But we're all talking about a player who came in, sorry, did I say January a minute ago? Came in the summer. We're all talking about a player who came in January, though, and that is Ike Ugbo, who is absolutely on fire for Sheffield Wednesday. Probably the in-form striker in the entire championship at the moment. Someone will put his current numbers, his current scoring streak up in the chat for us. Ugbo on loan. Where's he on loan from? France somewhere? He was on Chelsea, wasn't he, back in the day? And he was at Cardiff on loan earlier in the season, but he has nailed it since January. Goal after goal after goal. So far, if he keeps it up, he'll be a big reason why Sheffield Wednesday are trending up and out of the bottom three, but they are still in there. You don't win none of your first 12 games or whatever it was, 13, I can't remember. And it takes you a while to get out of trouble. I tell you what, if you do that, especially in this season with the ridiculous survival fight we've got going on. There's an equally ridiculous automatic promotion race going on that Leeds are very much a part of. And I suppose Leeds, Ipswich, Leicester, probably even Southampton, I know they're in the 4th spot, aren't they? Will all be thinking any other normal championship season, any of those 4 teams are probably setting up for the last 10 games. They just need to knock out 1.6, 1.8 points per game, and they're over the line and done and guaranteed promotion. Just not like that this season. Leeds, Meslier in goal, Firpo and Gray. Gray still doing a turn at right back. Daniel Farker is not going to change a team that's won 10 out of its last 11 games. Rodon and Ampadu. You're going to have to ignore FootMob's algorithms. Just got a little ghost in the machine there. So obviously Nonto is not going to play in central midfield. That'll be Gruif and Kamara. Stick Nonto where Ruter is down the right, and stick Ruter where Gruev is in the 10. Somerville down the left. Has he dried up the last few weeks? He feels like he's due a goal. Hit the post, didn't he, in the watch along we did of Huddersfield versus Leeds last week. Pat Bamford up top. He scored in the watch along we did last week of Huddersfield versus Leeds. Let's have a look at the benches real quick and see what both these two German managers here again. We had that in the Huddersfield Leeds game, didn't we? Brighton Reiter versus Farker. It is Roll versus Farker today. On the bench for Wednesday, Kadamatari, Dawson, Iorfa, Wilkes, Ihekwa, Smith, Diaby, another Diaby, James and Volks for Leeds. Cresswell, Roberts. He's had a big impact, actually, Roberts, off the bench. Look out for him. Last couple of games I've done, the one against Leicester, he came on and did something immediately and set up the opportunity, didn't he, for Bamford as well. James, who in most championship teams, this ex-Manchester United player who's gone for lots of money would be a starter, and his numbers are great. But such is the attacking roster for Leeds, he doesn't start. Neither does Joe Gelhardt. Neither does 10 million euros, or with the add-ons, we think, Joel Pirro. So they've definitely got the options over pretty much everybody, actually, in terms of attacking players. Maybe not the whole balance through the squad with Leicester and Southampton able to probably, have equal throughout the squad, but certainly Leeds strikers I've been, an attacking players I've been a huge fan of this season. Darlow, Cooper, Joseph, and Byram on the bench there. Interestingly, you wonder whether that can be used to free up Archie Gray at some point today. Right, we're going to do some predictions, which means we get to hear from you guys. Sorry, there are loads and loads of comments in the chat. Great to hear from all of you. I'll read some of them out as soon as I can. I just want to crack through and get all of these done. So I do want to go to your predictions. Get your predictions in for this one, guys. We'll put the tail of the tape up along the bottom as well so you can see what has been happening. Help me out so I don't just get a load of numbers in the comments. Put Sheffield Wednesday, score, Leeds, and then we'll know exactly what's happening. I'll read out as many of those as I can. You have got 16 seconds to get your predictions in while the stinger plays. Predictions for this one. Go, go, go. Right, let's have a look. See what you guys think is going to happen in the chat. We'll start with Math. By the way, anyone with that little symbol after their name there, like Math has got, and I can see a few in there, are members of our channel, and we are so pleased that they've done that. You just need to hit the join button, which is down there somewhere. I really appreciate everybody who's done that. Right, here we go. He's gone Wednesday 2-0, 1-0 Wednesday, 3-0 Leeds, 3-1 Leeds, 2-1 Leeds, 2-0 Leeds, 2-1 Leeds, 2-0 Leeds, 2-0 Wednesday. There you go. 1-0 Leeds, 3-1 Leeds, 3-1 Leeds, 4-2 Leeds. I think that's saying, is that the right way around? 3-1 Leeds. Let's try and get the ones that they've got both teams in there. 3-0 Leeds, feisty 2-1 Leeds win, 2-1 Wednesday. Desmond, 2-0 Leeds. What else have we got here? 2-0 Leeds, 2-1 Leeds, 2-1 Owls, 2-1 Wednesday. Where are we going? 3-0 Leeds, 3-0 Leeds, 3. We'll try and read the ones that have put the teams in just to help us out, because much as this, where's that Saki guy? Home and away tells you who it is. Not everybody puts them round that way, matey. Don't you worry about that. I've done this before. We'll do one more there. 2-1 Wednesday. There you go. It's Ian's prediction in there. Right. I think I've done all my bits and bobs here. So we can get into your comments as we go. Let's have a quick look at the championship table. You can see how this stacks up for both sides tonight. Leeds, obviously, right up at the top of the table. A win for Leeds puts them second. And Ipswich go to Cardiff tomorrow. Really, Southampton and Leicester aren't of interest to Leeds this week, because one's 5 points above and one's 6 points below. So there can be no alter between, well, really, if you look at Leicester and Ipswich in terms of the goal difference, there's going to be no 15-goal swing there. So really the only switch around that can happen this round in the Championship in the top four is between Ipswich and Leeds. And that could happen once or twice throughout the weekend, depending on, obviously, the two results. I'm starting to bleeding obvious there. But a Leeds win tonight puts them to 79, which means Ipswich then basically have to win, don't they, at Cardiff? Because you look at the goal difference, a draw for Ipswich would leave Leeds above. And we are getting to that point in the season now where you're counting down the games. We've got 10 to play. You are starting to look at goal difference, and you're almost already thinking, even with Ipswich scoring at a great rate. In fact, Ipswich are now the top scorers in the division. You just don't think they're going to make up 12 goal difference on Leeds. And that extra point does feel like it belongs to Leeds going in to these last 10. Let's have a look down the bottom, where Sheffield Wednesday are incredibly on 4 wins on the trot. Even more incredibly, they're in the bottom 3 with 4 wins on the trot. In most universes, if you're in the bottom 3, whatever time during the season, if you win 4 games on the trot, you end up outside the bottom 3. But because of this crazy standard, we normally expect 45 to survive. We normally imagine if the team in 21st has got 45 points, that's a normal season. We'd expect everyone below it to have fewer. But look, you can see Huddersfield are projecting, I don't know what 38 to 36 is, but must be 48, 49 points they're projecting. So everything's just gone a bit crazy. Look at all that green in the form table. And most of it belongs to QPR and it belongs to Sheffield Wednesday. 4 wins in a row. Sensational form from the Owls. And I mean, just look at how tight that is. Wednesday, 38. Stoke, 38. Huddersfield, 38. Birmingham and QPR then on 39. Millwall, Blackburn and Plymouth on 40. So you can have this absurd situation where, and I can't believe I'm about to say this, if Sheffield Wednesday win tonight, they will go from 23rd to 16th. It's absolutely insane, the prize available for Sheffield Wednesday, who have pretty much been in the bottom 3 and down the bottom of the table all season, haven't they? Incredible. What a setup we have got. There is Daniel Farker and Danny Rull. I've waffled and waffled. I promise we can really get into your comments as the game goes on. Get your match bingo cards all sorted. I'll just show you mine for this game. There we go. And remember, double jackpot time. Now, every game on Match Bingo, the first person to fill their card wins the jackpot. And then anybody else who fills their card will share another jackpot tonight. That is 100 English pounds. Do go and get involved. Please, of course, play responsibly. Right, we are about to kick off. Looks like they're doing the old hi-ho Sheffield Wednesday gimmick there before the game. Players are huddled up, which gives me a chance to just bang through the teams one more time. Wednesday, Beadle, Valentin, Bernard, Diaby, Famewo, Johnson, Musaba, Palmer, Bannon, Gassama, and Ugbo, the hot hand up front for Leeds. Melier, Gray, Rodon, Ampadu, Firpo, Griff, and Kamara. It'll be Nonto, Ruter, Somerville, and Pat Bamford up top. Here we go. It has the feel of a big game, but we're at the point in the season where every game has the feel of a big game. This is the run-in for a lot of people. A lot of people ask me and they say, oh, when's the run-in start, Ben? Well, I'm kind of like 12 to go. You know, give me the last quarter of the season. That feels like the run-in to me. But last 10, we're down to single-digit games after tonight is round 37 in the Championship. This is game number 1. It's Sheffield Wednesday versus Leeds. Liam Palmer is on the ball in the centre circle for Sheffield Wednesday. And here we go. We are off. Keep your views coming in the comments throughout the night. Hi-ho, Benjamin Bloom. Welcome. Let's try and read some of these out. This is a big game. Oh, yes, it is. Biggest achievement for Wednesday. Retain Marvin Johnson. We're taking 0-0 right now, says Jim. There you go. Cleared by Beadle. Little wrestling match going on there with Nonto and Johnson in the corner. There's a foul on Gray. It is referee Allison tonight, who has got good reviews before when we've had him. Leeds on the ball. Just circulating there down the left with Firpo and Kamara. No foul. All a bit frantic. And we're just kind of waiting for the ball to go dead and for it to come down. Bounces off Somerville. Throw in to Sheffield Wednesday, which Paul Valentin would take. Do hit the like button if you are in the stream right now. Really appreciate all of the support and all of you being here. Sky Sports on mute, Benjamin Bloom on blast. James, that's very, very flattering. Thank you. A lot of people have told me they do that, so we really do appreciate that. And hopefully the reason you want to do that is you can have your say come through the commentary if you stick it down in the comments. We won't be able to put all the comments up on the screen or read them all out, but we'll certainly try and read a few, each and every few phases of play. Bamford has been fouled by Bambo Diaby. Just came right up to halfway line and crashed into the back of him. How much has Wednesday's recent success been down to their owner keeping his track sharp? Maybe so. We do think with Sheffield Wednesday and Mr. Chansiri, the less we hear from him, the better they tend to do, right? Nonto, nice feed down the right-hand side. Archie Gray, crossing position. Sticks it in low. It's a good ball. It's going to break. Oh, broke for Ruter. And if that's not a corner, he's sliced that one. He was under a lot of pressure. It's really good from Gray, isn't it? Superb run. He just sprints forward. Nonto finds him easily. Lovely cutback from Gray. Knocked on. It would have been a brilliant goal, actually. So well worked by Leeds. Bamford then knocked it to Ruter. And, yeah, he just can't. I'm surprised it wasn't a corner. I would have thought it would have been deflected out there. But, yeah, just kind of shanked it wide there, Ruter. And Leeds putting their mark on the first 3 minutes of this one with the first kind of opening there. Blues fan, desperate for a Leeds win. I think there are a lot of given that relegation fight down the bottom, there are a lot of teams who are going to want Sheffield Wednesday to stop winning. But they are on a roll. They are on a Danny roll, aren't they? 4 wins in a row. And frankly, we've been covering it since December. Sheffield Wednesday have been really good since like December, if you look at the points that have been coming in. But it's just 2 things. They've been having to fight back the terrible start they had, and also the disproportionately high tide down at the bottom of the table. Wednesday just struggling to get their foot on the ball so far. Bamford knocks that off and Diaby gets a touch. Liam Palmer, the right back turned central midfielder, knocks it onto Valentin. And he gets it back again. Valentin comes herring down the right. It's done really well. Beats his man. Tries to cut it back. Good block by Ampadu in front of that away end. And Ruter has been pretty cynically fouled by Liam Palmer there, who did not want to get turned. Just goes touch tight, sticks his arm around him and brings him down, eh? Ampadu knocks that one home to Meslier. Meslier knocks it out to Kamara. Somerville's come short. Somerville, nice little slide through. They've cut them open again down the side. Firpo puts the cross in. Last-ditch tackle. And twice now, the offside flag went up. But twice now, Leeds have had fairly straightforward possession down the sides. And we know Wednesday are playing the 3 centre-halves and the kind of full-back stroke wing-back. Got him really easily twice, you'd have to say. Just a little dribble and straight pass both times. Once to get Gray in and once to get Firpo in. And Danny Roll is going to want to look at that big style. Ugbo tries to hold it up. Griff knocks it back to Meslier on the half volley. Didn't like that to clear, but he has done. Nonto can't do a lot with the clearance, but I suspect given the type of ball that Meslier had to deal with then, Leeds will probably just be pleased to have it away from their own goal, I think. Do I think Rotherham will pick up any more points this season? I hope for their sake they will, but they are on a horrible run, aren't they? Rotherham. Goal kick Leeds, 6 gone. There is Ian Poveda, who, of course, is exempt from playing tonight because he's on loan from Leeds United. We're watching on Sky Sports Main Event Live HD. If you're on your Now TV, if you're on your Sky Go, you might be a bit behind me, I would have thought. If you've got a better TV signal than me, you might be a bit ahead of me. So if you want a timestamp, we'll try and stick one in. Long it goes from Mayo. The setup looks pretty defensive from Wednesday, doesn't it? Ugbo's sort of just right up on his own with very little support at the moment. And in the early going, that's worked well for Leeds. They seem to have the space to build up attacks, particularly down the sides we've seen already. Griff, Firpo, Wednesday just stepping out a little bit there, pressing together. Forward it goes long, headed away by Firmao, but Nonto picks it up. Nonto 1v1 with Johnson. Little knock inside by Nonto. Gray skips past his man. And call me a cynic, as the foot dangle at Gray then, my brain was going, if he goes down right now, let's have a look. I wonder whether he could have bought his team a penalty then. Fair play for his honesty. He's more interested in running towards the goal. But have a look at this on the replay. Does he kind of pull out of the tackle there? It's Musaba, isn't it? Definitely goal side there, Gray, and a bit of a dangly leg going in there. Lee, thank you so much, Lee. I think we've had Lee in a few times recently with a super chat. He's a member as well. So super chat, super kind. Thank you so much, Lee. $1.99 on the super chat. Really do appreciate it. Maury, As a Blades fan, all credit to Roll. He's got Wednesday going. Can't say the same for Sheffield United. Yeah, Roll has been. It'll be one of those, won't it? At the end of the season, did Somerville flailing arm there? I don't think there was a lot in it. You know my thoughts on flailing arms. I need to see them really, really swing. It's not a flailing arm, actually. He's got a bit of his chest, bit of the shirt. Silly foul by Somerville. Don't think it's a yellow card, and they've let that one go. Or rather, excuse me, the foul had already been committed, had it? And Somerville was reacting. Yeah, it is a Leeds free kick. So, yeah, no flailing arm there. False alarm. Yeah, what was I saying? If one of the managers of the parachute teams gets over, 100 points and wins the title or whatever, then there'd be a fair shout for manager of the year. But when you look at where Sheffield Wednesday were when Danny Roll took over, if it keeps them up, he's well in the conversation, isn't he? My God. Gray. Ampadu. Ian, the absolute bloody legend. £10 on the super chat. Thanks so much, Ian. He's just buttering me up before the East Anglian derby, isn't he? Ian's one of our Norwich friends. But really do appreciate the support as ever. Ian, who is a member and a regular on our round tables. You get signed up. You can chat with me, chat with Ian once a month over there. And every day in the WhatsApp group. Here is Rodon. Ampadu. What's the lowest total by a team in the championship? It's Rotherham, isn't it? 23? Can someone check that for me? I think in the championship era, Rotherham with 23 in, is it 16, 17 or something? 17, 18? No, 16, 17, I think. Here comes Ugbo down the left-hand side. The on-fire Sheffield Wednesday striker. Musaba knocks it back to Johnson. Famewo to Bannon. Bannon tidy down the line to Gassama, excuse me. Knocked back to Bannon. Bannon clips it to the far post. And Somerville can't really do a lot with that. He has to put it out for a corner. He's back defending, covering the fullback. Sorry, excuse me. Wednesday's shirts. The numbers are not easy to read. Thank you, Alfie. Yeah. Did I get the right number of points and the right year? Unbelievable. There we go. Corner to Wednesday, who you'd imagine probably not going to have that much of the ball. They really want to make these set plays count, don't they? Palmer knocks that one back to Bannon, who tries to roll his man. And that, I thought they had some clever idea there with the corner. It's a terrible corner in the end. The big lads came up and the ball did not even come into the box. Wasted chance for Sheffield Wednesday, and Leeds will restart. And that often means you don't get the ball back for 2 or 3 minutes, does it? Melier. Ampadu. Into Bamford, who's come all the way into his own half. Bamford knocks off the Firpo. Little chest off by Somerville. And Wednesday are doing a bit better now, aren't they? They seem to be 5-10 metres further up the pitch, which means the gap up to Ugbo up the top is far less pronounced than it was, let's just say. Johnson. Good press by Leeds. They had to go all the way back to Beadle. Beadle pings it out to the wing, flipped on by Valentin. Couldn't quite get Musaba in. Leeds win it back. Leeds commentators on LUFC TV not happy with the I can never read them. The other one, I struggle with the reverse as well. Stoke City, red and white with blue numbers. Can't do it. Can't read them. I'm sorry. Melier. I've liked the look of Beadle. Yeah, decent player. Does look good, doesn't he? 19 as well for a keeper. Big future ahead. And Brighton has been a real source of good loanees. I can speak for the club I support with Jeremy Sarmiento on loan from there at the moment. I'm trying to get Valentin forward down the right-hand side. Just can't quite keep that one in. And Firpo is going to take the throw-in for Leeds United. 13:40 on the clock. Precious little created, really. Just those two moments from Leeds, wasn't it? Down the sides. Rutes swiped the shot wide from close in. Other than that, not a lot of penalty box action. Nonto just has to turn back. So not only have they got the back three, the two fullbacks, you have got Gassama and Masaba, the wingers, both tucked in. So when they want to fold back, we do have 10 men behind the ball, Sheffield Wednesday here. Rodon. Back to Ampadu. And those Leeds centre-halves can see the shape I was just describing. 5-5-1. 5-4-1, you know what I mean. Gray. Nonto. Leeds being patient. Can they move Sheffield Wednesday around? Grueff. Gray. Grueff. Kamara. It's nicely worked. Nonto's got Gray in down the right-hand side. And for a player of Nonto's quality, that's really poor. And he knows it as well, doesn't he? It's a fairly straightforward ball in ahead of Archie Gray, who's basically had no defending to do and be able to get forward all the time. And Daniel Farke's just come across and applauded his players. I assume he's saying, that's fine. Move the ball, be patient, up the tempo a little bit, and away we go. Wednesday playing out from the short goal kick. Musaba, big drive from him. He's got Johnson ahead of him on the left, who's a good crosser. Johnson tries to stick it in early. And Nonto back defending and concedes the corner. Tense, isn't it? Tense. This has got 1-0 or 0-1 written all over it. It does feel low margin so far. And we have seen Leeds particularly sweep a lot of teams away this season. Haven't quite got that rhythm yet. Corner goes in. Oh, it's gone loose. Oh, goodness me. And it should have probably been 1-0. I think we're going to conclude that's a great save by Meslier. The corner just got flicked. What a save. That is an outstanding save by Meslier. And I say it should have been 1-0. It's Gassama, the left winger. Doesn't do anything wrong, does he? Quickly spins, gets into the 6-yard box. Just a brilliant save, that. It's one of those as well. You think any kind of bouncy miss kick and the keeper can't save that. Gassama gets a good connection on it. It's a massive chance. It's a great save by Meslier, isn't it? And Wednesday will go again with another set piece. This one from Bannon. Going to swing it in left-footed. Headed away to the edge of the box. Palmer drives the shot over the crossbar. Well, we have ourselves a big chance there from the free kick, from the corner kick. Not the second chance. Booted over the bar into the stand by Palmer. But the first chance, my goodness me, it's a really good save by Ilan Meslier. Get your thoughts in on that in the comments. Gassama tries to poke that one inside. Ruter picks it up. Nonto crowded out. Done well, though. Goes loose, and for Maywo, a bit panicky. Johnson says, control that, play it to me. But we've done Wednesday before, and Johnson does tend to have a lot to say for himself, doesn't he? What a save indeed. Wednesday with back 5 out of possession. Can't find any gaps at the moment. No. You'd imagine they will, though, Clive, wouldn't you? Kamara. Classy a ball carrier in central midfield. Oh, don't mean a dribbler, do I? I mean, looks after the ball beautifully, doesn't he, Kamara? Good keeper at this level. Wasn't convinced by him in the Premier League. It's probably a fair comment. That was a hell of a save, though, by Ilan Meslier, wasn't it? Outstanding. It's one of those where you got one choice. Get out, throw yourself at it, make the save. Picked up by Rodon. Pokes it inward to Firpo. Oh, horrible ball by Firpo. Here comes Ugbo. Ugbo tries to knock it into Musaba. Musaba hits the shot. Good block by Ampadu. Wow. Sheffield Wednesday are on top here, aren't they? It's really poor from Junior Firpo. I thought Ugbo had undercooked the pass there. I wondered whether Ampadu was going to be able to intercept that. But Ampadu does well, actually, and runs with him, makes the block. Give me another corner for Sheffield Wednesday. The biggest chance of the game came from one of these incidents. Bannon, left-footed in-swinger. Bamford heads away. And a dreadful miss kick there by Liam Palmer. And it's a throw-in to Leeds United. Fair play to the football authorities there, because players don't kick the ball away anymore now, do they? People moan about referees. They never moan about players cheating, do they? But Barry Bannon there, any season other than this, would have stopped that throw-in being taken early to just kick the ball away, wouldn't he? But they've stopped. So well done to the authorities for clamping down on players kicking the ball away, which irritates the hell out of everyone. Musaba, 1v1 with Firpo. Musaba tries to run him. Comes inside. He's done well. Crossed his left foot. Good clearance by Ampadu. Right place, right time. Ruter pulls it down, but can't control. And Sheffield Wednesday are really on top here, aren't they? Playing well. Dribbled forward by Valentin. And here is Ampadu. Griff, back to Gray. Wednesday looked a little bit happier at the high tempo, the press, counter-attack tempo. Leeds obviously want to play it a bit slower, that dominate possession tempo. Gray, Rodon, Ampadu. 21:45 on the clock. Midway through the first half. Apologies if I'm looking a bit pixelated. Looks like the connection is a bit low at the minute. That will hopefully figure itself out. Knocked into the box. Bamford does well. Strong. Holds off Diaby, who's a man mountain. So he's done really well there. Bamford tries to turn him. Bamford goes down. Bamford's actually been whistled there. I didn't think there was any foul by either player, but apparently Bamford did foul Diaby. Both got their hands on each other. 61, half dozen of the other, where I come from. That I think we could have played on. But here's that save again by Meslier. Oh, it's brilliant, isn't it? It just gets out. It hits his left thigh, doesn't it? What a save. Get out there and block it. Keep the ball out of your goal. I keep referring to that Peter Schmeichel interview he did with Simon Jordan. It's on YouTube. And Schmeichel said, keepers have forgotten now in all the passing and, playing sweeper and launching every attack. Keep the ball out of your goal. It's the #1 job. And you're allowed to use your hands as well. Firpo. Somerville on the left wing. Somerville walking pace. Kamara. Nonto. Kamara. Closed down by Ugbo. And they've won it back Wednesday. Ugbo runs into trouble, poked down the line, and hoofed clear. And neither Gassama or Bannon were happy with that. Thought they could have played out then and counter-attacked. But they are a bit percentagey at the back Wednesday, aren't they? They're not going to mess around with it by the look of it. Who is the on-pitch leader for each team, Vindaloo? Well, obviously Bannon for Sheffield Wednesday. I guess Ampadu, I think he is the captain actually for Leeds, seems nicely vocal. Melier. Rodon. Gray. Gray turns back inside, finds Griff. Kamara. Kamara wide to Firpo. Wednesday with that 5-4-1 defensive shape again. So Ampadu just charges forward. He thinks, well, I'm not going to stand in 30 metres of space on my own. Nonto. Leeds looking for some space. They can't find any, so it's gone over the top. Firpo trying to make the run in from left back, and he can't quite win the header. Leeds got to be very, very patient here, haven't they? Sheffield Wednesday look rather well drilled, I would say, at the back. And Beadle is going to take the goal kick, which means probably a chance, I think, assuming Wednesday don't mess this playing out from the back up, that we can go and do a like spike. Although we do have an attack on here. Musaba, thought he might have got fouled there. No, won by Ugbo, who's an absolute nuisance, isn't he? Ugbo comes forward. Musaba into the box, crosses low. Oh, Johnson was trying to arrive. Nonto does really well, actually. Tracks him nicely. Nonto hits the deck. But Wednesday, again, nice quick counter-attack. You've got legs out wide, and Ugbo is just a super confident player at the moment. What I was going to say, guys, if you're watching the stream right now, I'd love you to hit the like button. I'd love you all to do it at the same time. You've got 9 seconds to do it. We call that a like spike. Everybody hit the like button. 9 seconds starts now. Well, Bamford into the box there. I think the whole world was waiting for the offside flag to go up, and everybody just kept going, and it didn't. Bamford has then slid in and fouled Gassama. Thank you for all the likes, by the way. We'll refresh it. It'd be interested to see the offside picture there. 81 likes. Thank you so much, guys. Greatly appreciated. Not much in the tackle there. Bamford slides, flips the ball away, just catches Gassama afterwards. Free kick, not a yellow card for my money. But hey, you lot often disagree with me about that, and referees often disagree with me about that. It's a weird one, that. Bamford really looked like he was expecting to be flagged. He kind of headed it down, expecting as soon as he touched it, the flag to go up, and it just didn't. And I wasn't really paying attention on the replay there, so I can't tell you whether it was on or off. But immaterial now. Wednesday have got the restart, which Akin Famewo will take. Wayne, good evening to you, sir. Wednesday are playing well. I mean, when you consider they're 20 places below Leeds in the table, although not in the form table, let's just say. 4 wins on the trot for Sheffield Wednesday. Bannon pops that into Ugbo, who is fouled by Ampadu. Just a bit too aggressive. Yeah, he just goes through the back of Ugbo. Snuck forward down the right-hand side for Valentin. Firpo clears it up. Corner, Sheffield Wednesday. No wonder they've got lots of points under Danny Roll, hey? When did we last cover Wednesday? I think it was when they beat Birmingham. But in that game, Birmingham took it to school for about the first half hour, didn't they? It's a weird game. It was hardly like Wednesday dominated that. They've seemed to have improved since then from what my eyesight is telling me. Corner, Wednesday, Bannon, 28:31 on the clock. In it goes, headed clear by Ampadu. Palmer is going to sweep it up. Palmer to the back stick. There's 2 Leeds players down. The offside flag has gone up. Rodon is down, beating the turf. I think Firpo is down as well. Ampadu's trying to referee the game, but referee Allison says, I'll do it, don't worry. Ouch. Clash of heads, yeah. Firpo, the back of Firpo's head hit Rodon in the nose by the look of it. It's probably a painful one for both of them. Daniel Farker sat in his seat. Farker seems to me like the happier he is, kind of up and walking around and hands in his pockets. I think when he's cross, sits down and gets in a bit of a grump. Well, we've got this stoppage, guys. Can you see this lovely selection of beers from around the world behind me? I wonder where that could have come from, hey? Beer 52. And Beer 52 are offering you a free case of 8 new and exclusive beers from around the world. Some beauties here, beautifully presented as well. Get a magazine, you get some bar snacks. I'm going to admit, I've eaten the bar snacks that were sat on there the last couple of times we've done watch-alongs. But yeah, some beautiful beers here. I think this has got to be my favourite looking one here. Beautiful pale ale. Can't even tell you where that's from. Simcoe Mosaic Equinaut. Beautiful stuff. Anyway, Beer 52. They'll give you the crate for free, the case. You just have to pay the postage. £5.90 on the postage. www.beer5252.com/bloom. It is in the crawler down the bottom there. And thank you. Yes, Marlon. Beer 52 came yesterday. Haven't tried any. Might do this weekend. Thank you, legend. I think Ian had one. Purple Bungalow. There you go. Ian's got them. Fantastic, fantastic stuff. Really appreciate it. Julie. Morning, Benji from Straya. Keen for this one as a town fan. Lots of vested interests. Rodon's still being treated. I hope he's okay. I think he got the back of Firpo's head in his nose. So that could have been pretty painful. Alfie, what did you think of the Saints red card? Yeah, it wasn't a red card, was it? I think Howson was being a bit naughty, wasn't he? Rightly rescinded in my humble opinion. 31 on the clock, although we're going to be getting 4 to 5 minutes stoppage time now after this one. 31:45. Sheffield Wednesday 0, Leeds United 0. I would say Wednesday have edged it, haven't they, thus far? But it's very tense. It's very evenly poised. Wednesday got a lot of confidence. Leeds have got a lot of confidence. I don't think you get many people argue Leeds have got the better squad assets, but Wednesday got home advantage. Very, very nicely poised. It's been a busy time, hasn't it? End of a 3-game week this. You don't want the Friday night game on the end of a 3-game week, do you? Especially if you're travelling, although it is just down the road in Yorkshire. Rodon comes back on. Glad to see he's okay. Add on that stoppage time, everybody. Wednesday 0, Leeds 0. Sheffield Wednesday play like this for the rest of the season. They could stay up. It looks very likely, doesn't it? Completely turned them around. They look unrecognisable Wednesday from that hopeless team under Cisco in the first sort of 12 to 15 games of the season. But yeah, fair play, Danny Roll. What a good job. It was a low bar. But you've got to remember as well, Wednesday were in League One last season. So, you know, in terms of pound for pound and squads, there's that to get over as well. Oh, Hamza's in on the beer 52. You're like a legend, aren't you? Thank you so much for supporting the sponsors, by the way. Some people get really narky about sponsors. They genuinely expect us to bring the content for free, give up loads of time, renovate your garage, invest in lights and equipment and everything, and never ever make any money ever to cover it. So we really appreciate you guys not being like that and supporting me and supporting the sponsors. Very, very good of you. Looks like we're going to get a long throw-in hurled in by Paul Valentin. Bambo Diaby has gone up, who's a mountain of a man, as we said. In it comes from Valentin. The Leeds heads to first on it. The ball gets about 5 touches there without touching the ground from about 3 different players as well. But Leeds have got it clear. Back with Beadle, and Bannon knocks it into Famewo, who's going to have to go long into the channel. It's worked out nicely, that actually. Johnson against Gray. Johnson's trying to buy a free kick there. Don't think it's a foul, is it? Bannon picks it up. Bannon, lovely little knock onto Ugbo. Gassama, here's Bannon. Bannon, nice close control. Lovely play by Bannon. Little slip by Gassama, and another slip. Can't keep his balance, though. He's surely going to win a foul there, is he? No. He's won the ball back instead. What absolute mess there. Gassama needs to change his studs, doesn't he? Couldn't stand up for falling down. Here come Leeds on the counter with Ampadu, and Ampadu has come charging forward. Oh, now they've given it away, and there's probably going to be a hole where Ampadu has left. Groves tried to cover it. It's knocked into Masaba, who's come narrow. All a bit frantic, all a bit messy. But Palmer wins it back. Thought you were a billionaire, Ben. You think a billionaire would dress like this, Hamza? Or have any grey in his beard? I'd have an immaculately dyed beard if I was a billionaire. Kamara knocks it down the line. Somerville foot race. Good tackle by Diaby there. He thought about pulling out, knowing Somerville's way quicker than him, but he did just get there first. Have Sheffield Wednesday peaked too early? No, I wouldn't have thought so. I think December through to March being in decent form, yeah, says that doesn't really feel like a big peak, does it? Billionaire Ben and his beer 52, hey? If you saw the lovely minuses on the ends of all my bank accounts, you'd be surprised, put it that way. Nonto comes in off the right. It's going to hit the shot left-footed, double deflection. It's going to trickle through. I couldn't think of my word there. Tinkle through. Deary me. Here is Famewo. Johnson gets closed down by Nonto. Out it goes for a Wednesday throw. Standing ovation, everybody, for Blagger 101. Give him some applause emojis in the chat there. Who signed up as a YouTube member. Thank you so much, Blagger. Please DM me and I'll get you added to the WhatsApp group, Blagger 101. Great to have you, my friend. If you can DM me or Twitter, email me, benjaminbloommusic@gmail.com. Foul on Somerville. Just these last 2 minutes, both Nonto and Somerville just got on the ball, haven't they? And that's normally a good canary in the coal mine for here come Leeds. Those excellent dribbly wide players get in there. Griff knocks it back to Rodon. Leeds pushed up to halfway. Wednesday back in their own half. Decent press by Wednesday, though. And Ampadu's just had to drop back a little bit. Ampadu clips that over the top. Is Ruter onside? Ruter is onside. The shot is saved. It's a really good save. And again, Leeds managed to get behind Wednesday's high line with just a straight dipped ball over the top. And it's a great save from Beadle. Not quite as good as Melier. So, well, lovely skill from Ruter. Cross in from Gray. Wow. I need to see a replay of that. But I made Ruter a hot favourite to score that. Just lift it over the keeper's head. But Beadle out well and makes a save. Gray crosses in from the right. Leeds picking up nicely now. Big header clear, though, from Deshaun Bernard. And Wednesday reset there. I say they get back into their team shape. They haven't left their team shape full half, have they? That's not fair. A few good attacks. But they've looked very solid. They've gone for the clip ball over the top and they're in again. Leeds, goodness me, although the flag has gone up this time. How do they keep getting in? He is onside, isn't he? Just a little outside to in run. It's a great save, isn't it? Probably would say though Ruter from there should score, shouldn't he? He's 1v1. Keeper does really well. But once he's committed, can Ruter go round him? Stick it in the empty net? You tell me. 39:40 on the clock. Leeds the better side now for the last few minutes. Wednesday, I think most people would agree, had been on top for maybe the last 10 or 15, actually. Good game, this. Nicely poised. Kamara knocks that one home to Melier. Rodon, that's good work down the line to Gray. Gray slides it on looking for Nonto. Well cut out by Johnson. Back to Beadle, who's going to have to clear that over to the touchline. Bit of a hospital ball there by Gassama for Bannon. And Nonto nicks it off him. And Leeds look like they've got a bit more threat now, don't they? Foul there by Nonto, though, on Bannon. Clever play by Bannon. Just gets in front of Nonto, slams the brakes on and wins the foul. Way onside. He was onside, wasn't he? Hard to tell when you watch it from the hard cam because it follows the ball over and you have no idea where the runners come from. I do like watching from home sometimes, but you can't beat being in the stadium to see things of that nature, offsides and whatnot, although you don't get the 18 super slow-mo replays, do you? Ampadu. Kamara. Gray. Oh, Nonto back to Gray. Gray into the box. Gray puts the cross in low, blocked. I would say Archie Gray has been Leeds' best player in this game, hasn't he? I mean, he's excessively neat and tidy for a fullback because he's not a fullback. And he's got forward really nicely, used the ball beautifully, either setting up the play from deep or running beyond. And 2 or 3 times he's got in there and been heading for the penalty box in very nice looking openings. Corner for Leeds, won by Archie Gray. Somerville's going to take, right-footed, swings it out. Flicked on at the near post by Ruter, just onto the roof of the net. It's a quarter chance, probably. Not quite enough pace on the ball there for him to be able to really blast that at the near post. So he's trying to loop it to the far post. Difficult chance. For the 35 million euro man, Ruter. Diaby. Bernard goes home. And Beadle hoops that one forward. Easy win for Ampadu, but it's handed back to Musaba. Bannon. And there's a silly turnover in central midfield there. Valentin gets a foot on it, but he's now going to have to go 1v1 with Somerville. Somerville into the box. Somerville, he had him on toast there, didn't he? I think Sheffield Wednesday know that, don't they? That in the 1v1s, well, that's why they've been 2v1s most of the game. He was going to run Valentin easily there, Somerville, wasn't he? Just overcooked the cross completely. It's going to be a throw-in for Wednesday. Eye test, how are Wednesday second bottom? Had a terrible start, a terrible summer, and only got organised around November, December, didn't they? Oh, Ampadu there, both arms around Ugbo. That should probably be a yellow card, shouldn't it? And referee Allison agrees. Ampadu nods. He agrees too. Just gave the ball away. Ugbo, who's just an absolute nuisance, isn't he? Just leans into him, and Ampadu puts both arms around and gets the first yellow card of the game. What's better for me, Patreon or YouTube member? I don't mind, to be honest, Hamza. We treat them both completely equally, and I'm just very flattered anybody would sign up on either side. So do what you will. Although Hamza is over on the Patreon already, so he doesn't need to do anything. He needs to take my thank you. The free kick comes to nothing for Wednesday from the foul by Ampadu. And we're about to go into stoppage time in about 15 seconds, of which I think there's probably going to be 5 minutes. Let me know if you think I'm wrong about that. But there's a big stoppage, wasn't there, when Rodon and Firpo clashed heads? We'll find out imminently as the 45 ticks over. +4. One fewer than I'd imagined. Here's Nonto. Kamara, outside of the foot from Kamara to Somerville. Somerville comes in off the left. Nonto's really narrow if he wants to give it in back. Ruter tries one of those lovely little clips over the top there. There must be very few, if any, players better in a tight space on the edge of the box than Ruter of Leeds. Kamara, nice reverse ball. Firpo crossing position, cross deflected corner. Leeds United. Firpo inquiring about handball. Hamza's going to swap over because he wants to get the sign on YouTube. Do it. Do it, my friend. And get that symbol. Who's got that symbol? There you go. Clive has got it. Beautiful. Corner taken short. Nonto against Bannon. It's gone back to Somerville. Kamara. Oh, Kamara, lovely little slide through. Back to Somerville. Oh, yeah, 2 to play it to there. Somerville, he backheeled it between Nonto and Kamara. But here comes Kamara again. That's really good from Bannon, who slid in so early then that if Kamara had been wise to it, he could have flipped it up and over him and won a penalty. But Bannon had that one red, and he wins his side the goal kick. Have a look at this. Just got his head up here. Bannon slides in really early then. Little chip up over. Penalty o'clock, isn't it? But well read by Bannon, you have to say. 46:56 on the clock. We've got 4 minutes minimum stoppage time, so 2 to play. Sheffield Wednesday 0, Leeds 0. Really tight. Really tight. And you'd have to say probably the longer dominant period went to Sheffield Wednesday between about 20 and 35 minutes. But you're never going to count Leeds out of any championship game with the manager, squad, attacking players they have got at their disposal. Capable of turning it on any second, aren't they, that lot? Bernard heads forward. Nice little touch onto Ugbo. Ugbo to Musaba. Not sure he wanted it there. Kamara closes him down. Valentin. Good tackle by Kamara. Valentin again, given away. It's a big gaping hole at right back now if Leeds attack down there, and they're not able to. Well played, Bernard. Jorginho Ruta made a beeline straight for that empty space. He knew where the space was, didn't he? Masaba tries to turn his man, and it's back with Ampadu, who goes home. That's probably going to be the last phase of play now. We're at 48-29, and it's back with Melier. So that may well do us until half-time. I don't think referee Allison will go over the 49. Rodon's got it at the back. Rodon to Ampadu. Ampadu clips it long. Looking for that ball over the top again. Oh, Somerville's knocked it on. Big tackle again by Diaby. Probably old school. He throws himself into those tackles. And yeah, you just don't see that too often nowadays. Somerville. Because you know, if you mistime any slide tackle nowadays, and automatic booking for everything, isn't it? Oh, lovely cross. And that is not the end of the first half. And Patrick Bamford, at an incredibly good time for Leeds, has given them the lead right at the back end of the first half. We were over the minimum stoppage time. The cross comes in from the left-hand side. It went all the way across to the back stick. He's about a yard out, Bamford, and he sticks it in. And what a time to score for Leeds United. Nonto played it out. Who put that cross in? I think it was Firpo. It's an exceptional cross from Firpo. It's poor from Famewo. He turns his back. He appeals for offside. He wasn't offside at all. And Leeds have got themselves a lead when we all thought it was going to be 0-0 at half-time, right at the death of the first half. Bamford, the scorer. Wow. Wednesday will be really disappointed with that, won't they? They're going to feel they did not deserve to go in one down at half-time. But you've got to concentrate right the way through the stoppage time. And it went past the 49, the 4 minutes minimum. And he just goes to sleep at the back post for Maywo. It's a great cross from Junior Firpo, isn't it? Really stitches for Maywo up. But he's looking at the man and he doesn't know where the ball's coming. Bamford, blindside run, just sticks it in at the back post. And that is a vital goal and a vital lead for Leeds. Vital goal at a really, really vital time when I was looking at Ampadu and Rodon, just circulating it between them at the back, thinking, okay, they're ready for half-time and 0-0 and a regroup. But Leeds have got themselves a lead. Let me know your thoughts in the comments on that one. Let's have a look at the numbers for the first half. And yeah, as you can see, I don't imagine... Oh, no, it is on there. What XG was that goal? Surely it must be pretty high, 0.29. There you go. So 34% on the possession for Wednesday, 66 for Leeds, 0.63. And that looks like it's including the goal on the XG. So didn't make much in the way of good chances. Obviously, the one for Ruter was the big one, wasn't it? That Beadle saved well on the edge of the box. 7 shots to 4 in Leeds' favour. 1 shot for Wednesday, 3 on target. So shots on target, 3-1 in Leeds' favour. It does say 3 big chances for Leeds. I'm assuming that's 2 for Ruter and 1 for Bamford at the end of the half. Obviously, there was the big chance, which was expertly saved by Melier from Gassama. There you can see, yeah, it comes up 0.32 on the XG. But you can look at the stats, you can use your eyes, and my eyes tell me that's a really even first half. And yeah, you can see that sort of good period for Sheffield Wednesday that I was talking about, maybe exaggerating a bit. Yeah, it sort of starts at about 25 and takes you all the way through to 38 there. And yeah, Leeds just grabbed the goal at the end of the half. Let me show you what that does in terms of the live league table. I think we all know what that does for the live league table, because the only switch we can have in the top 4 this weekend is between Leeds and Ipswich, and that has to involve 3 points for Leeds. And courtesy of that Patrick Bamford goal, Leeds are now projecting to take 3 points, which means our live league table, and that would be, let me do my maths, 11 wins out of 12 for Leeds. You just can't imagine a side win 11 out of 12 from January and not get promoted, can you? It's just shows how incredible this season has been in terms of the standard at the top. Any other season, 11 in 12, anywhere near the top of the table, and you're gone into the distance. Not this season. So Leeds are, as it stands, going on to 79 points. Ipswich, with a draw tomorrow, would go level on points, but the goal difference, and I know Ipswich have done some amazing things under Kieran McKenna. Are they going to make up? Well, it's 13 now. Are they going to make up 13 goal difference in remaining 10 games? I'm not so sure that is going to be happening. Down at the bottom of the table, we've got this ridiculous scenario with Wednesday where could go 16th tonight, which is just said nobody ever when they were talking about the team that was in 23rd. But they are a goal behind. Remember, a Wednesday equaliser takes them out of the bottom 3. And if Wednesday were to score twice with no reply in that second half and get themselves the win, looks unlikely now that they're behind, even though they have played decent in the first half. That would take them up to 16th place. But don't worry, there's going to be plenty of toing and throwing in the bottom, what are we calling it at the moment? We're calling it the bottom 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're calling them the bottom 9. We'll give Swansea a break because they've got a 3-point gap there. Right. Any questions, any comments? We will read them out, get them in. Here is my match bingo card, by the way. We're playing along in this here game. The one line has gone. Not to me. Congratulations to Graham ST53. I'm struggling a bit tonight, aren't I? That's not great. But don't worry about that, guys, because I got myself a Man United Everton card tomorrow for free and a Bingals card for free. You too can do the same. And let me tell you, huge game in the Premier League on Sunday. Man City versus Liverpool. £1,000 jackpot on that one. And Newcastle versus Chelsea. £1,000 jackpot. Head across to Match Bingo. Let them know we sent you by using that there QR code. And of course, please play responsibly. Let's have a look at the comments. Gavin, there we go. He's opened Pandora's box there. Ben, love the show. Do you believe Leicester should have their points deduction this season? No, I do not believe Leicester should have their points deduction this season, if indeed they have breached. We know we've got this farcical situation, don't we, whereby the Premier League now demands that your accounts have to be in by December the 31st. The Championship doesn't. And what it sounds like potentially is if accounts were in on December the 31st, you would have had a breach in the Premier League for the 3-year period we're talking about. Not this season. We don't have the results for this season until, until this season's finished. And that'll be up to the June accounting year. And then that'll come out bloody-blah down the line. In which case, maybe they could have got a deduction. But it does seem like they're finally kind of getting their heads together, the EFL and the Premier League, on this, because it does, in my opinion, if you are between leagues, it doesn't matter which league you're in. So, in my opinion, if you breach in the Championship and get promoted, you should be deducted points in the Premier League. In my opinion, if you breach in the Premier League and get relegated, you should be deducted points in whatever league you're in. And I really think there should be a time bar as well. So I think if you breach for your 3-year period, the accounts go in by December the 31st. The authorities should then have until the end of that season to charge you and deduct your points. Or it should be an agreed time, shouldn't it? So that's where I am with it. And I'm sure we've got lots and lots of views on that. But what we do need is, for God's sake, we need the EFL and the Premier League to get their heads together now and say, look, wherever you breach, deduction across leagues, fine, we get it. I'm happy for the different amounts. I'm happy that you can lose 39 million in the Premier League per. Is it 39 million? It's 105. What is that divided by 3? I can't even divide that by 3. 33, 35. It's 35 million, isn't it, per year? And it's 13 million per year in the Champions. Happy with all of that, but then the punishments have now got to kind of add up as well, don't they? As a Leeds fan, it's hard to swallow the 3 teams above Leeds, Everton, Leicester and Forest broke the rules. I totally agree. Yeah, totally agree. And think about the other 21 teams in the Championship, because if, as you suggest, Everton, let's talk about Everton and Forest, broke the rules and survived, that has then artificially put 2 teams down in the Championship and made it much harder for all the teams in the Championship to compete with those teams. So it's not great, is it? Not great. Chansiri actually got our accounts in time. A shock event. Well, there you go. Ben, didn't you say about a budget for teams in each respective league? If you go about the budget, you face sanctions. I'm not sure I've said that, Ian. My point was, which I think you might be referring to, is if you go, because at the moment everything is retroactive, isn't it? That you finish the season, you submit your accounts, and if you breached in that season, well, that season's already happened, hasn't it? So you're getting charged in the next season. But I don't have too much problem with that, to be honest, as long as we have a definitive. So even if the definitive was, right, accounts go in by December the 31st, all charges are complete by July the 1st, and then you get the points taken off the next season, which would obviously then be 2 after you breached. But hey, if the accounts are going in, 6 months after, and then there needs to be time to investigate and appeal, then I don't have an issue with that, so to speak. But it cannot be the way it is at the moment in terms of, and it's not Leicester's fault. Why would you put your accounts in earlier than you need to? As long as you don't put them in late, then fine. So I don't blame Leicester for 1 second for not saying, oh, well, Premier League put them in on December 31st. Why should we? So, yeah, it just seems a bit stupid that the EFL and the Premier League don't have their heads together on that. But we've discussed the EFL and the Premier League, particularly with the parachute payments, and the Premier League not seeming to be too bothered about the impact of those on the Championship and just on the 3 teams that come down. So they haven't really got their heads together on that. So are they going to do it in terms of FFP? Let's hope so. Blah, 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 independent regulator. Rant. Niall, it's a big mess. They need to just say it's certain points deduction for each breach, and that's it. They have kind of got that, Niall, and I do think that a flagrant breach should be more points. And if you look at the example of Birmingham, when Birmingham got the very first deduction, Birmingham got a point back for playing ball. Birmingham basically worked with the EFL for months before they actually submitted their accounts. So I do agree with the sliding scale. I don't think it can be, oh, you've breached. But maybe to your point, maybe any breach, you get 6 points and then a minimum 6 points, and then it's investigated, and you get the 6 points there and then. How does that sound? I'm spitballing ideas, but to his point there. So if you put in your accounts on December the 31st, and I want the EFL to go to a December the 31st deadline because the Premier League have got one, it seems stupid to not have both. But if you put your accounts in knowing you've breached, and let's be honest, you've breached, because come on, don't tell me football accountants don't know from pretty much July of that year that they're going to breach. They've got the numbers already, and you're only top and tailing stuff at the end of the season, aren't you? And which accounting year are you putting what in? And Sheffield Wednesday fans will have a laugh and a joke about that, because that was the heart of their breach. The stadium sale, which was legal at that point, went in the wrong year, doesn't it? So, maybe they should do that. Maybe if you know you're breaching December 31st, 6 points, and then investigate it, And if it's a flagrant breach or what have you, then, maybe more points get added on and so forth. So there we go. Let me know your thoughts there. Why is there boxing come up on my telly? Sorry, let me just double check and make sure. Oh, no. It's just a promo. I think they've gone to boxing on the channel I was watching on. Have they? Let's have a look here. Sky Sports Football HD. Or they? Oh, I think they're just doing a boxing promo. There you go. My bad. What else have we got here? If Leicester somehow stay in the Championship, would they get points deduction still? Yes. I believe that's what they're talking about because, and this is what's actually happened with teams that have got promoted as well, isn't it? Where we've seen teams, and Leicester, one of them, absolutely blitz through. I've got no vendetta against Leicester, by the way. We talk about Wolves as well. Wolves lost 52 million the year they got promoted. And the 3-year rolling limit's only 39 million. So you do the maths. But yeah, I think the discussion is now that if you breach and you stay down, that Premier League points deduction or Premier League breach can then go across into the EFL. 6-point deduction is barely a deterrent by a couple of players. So that's a reasonable point. Yeah, that's a reasonable point. And that's what we've seen the teams that in the Championship way around. That's what we've seen them do, haven't we? They've just blown through it. They've said, okay, we'll get promoted this year. We'll lose X amount of money. We'll pay 25 million quid's worth of bonuses. We'll have what was Fulham's wage bill? 90 million pounds. We'll have a 90 million pound wage bill. And there you go. So yeah, maybe that's a fair point. Maybe 6 isn't enough of a deterrent. Maybe it should be 9, and then you have pluses and minuses depending on the breach and depending on playing ball. I do feel that if football clubs are going to go in and say, oh, we just finished our accounting year, we think we're going to breach, get on a business plan with us, work with us now. I do feel, because a lot of them know they're going to breach, and, I've got no vendetta again against Leicester, but Leicester will have known probably they were going to breach. And let's be fair, Leicester could still sell Kiernan Dewsbury Hall for 50 million quid before the end of the accounting year and not breach. So we don't know that, but I do feel that, and Leicester have a parachute payment, and who did they sell? Barnes and Maddison for an absolute ungodly amount of money. So this year probably looks all right, but they lost a ton of money last year, didn't they? And their wage bill must be astronomical. But I'm sure what the rest of the Championship fans will be saying is, if Leicester knew they were going to breach, how are they allowed to sign a keeper for 6 million, a centre-half for 10 million, Winks, Cody, whoever, Mavididi. But there you go. Didn't Leicester get an independent auditor? So the auditor said that they'd done nothing wrong exploiting the loophole. So that's why you'll hear me say Leicester haven't really done anything wrong, have they? It's the EFL and the Premier League need to get their act together. Lovely chat at halftime on FFP. And we're back for Sheffield Wednesday versus Leeds. And the second half has kicked off. Who put that question in? Someone put an FFP question in at the start of halftime, and I paffled on for 15 minutes. Thank you, everybody, for indulging my waffle. Might even clip that one out and talk about, put that out as a clip and to talk about Leicester and FFP. Right, 1-0 to Leeds in this one. Pat Bamford right at the end of the first half. Dying seconds. We thought it was the last phase of play of the half that Bamford scored in as it was building up. We said this is going to be the last phase of play of the half. And Pat Bamford nicks a vital goal for Leeds. Bang through the teams in a sec. Here is Nonto for Leeds United. Ruter. Wednesday win it back. Bannon. Ugbo. Palmer. Palmer, that's poor from him. He tried to buy a foul there. Now he's going to sit on the ball. In the end, referee Allison pulls him up. He was completely treading in treacle there, wasn't he? Completely lost Palmer, and he's just trying to win a foul by hook or by crook. More by crook there, I would suggest. Just stitched himself up, didn't he? Liam Palmer, experienced Wednesday player. Free kick, Leeds. Here are your teams. Beadle in goal for Wednesday. Valentin, Bernard, Diaby, Famewo, Johnson, Musaba, Palmer, Bannon, Gassama, and Ugbo for Leeds. Melier, Gray Road and Ampadu, Firpo, Kamara, Griff, Nonto, Rutes, Somerville, and the goal scorer, the match winner as things stand, Patrick Bamford. Here comes Nonto down the right-hand side. They've played in the channel. Nonto, Leeds starting the second half well. Knocks it back, looking for Bamford. Great interception by Barry Bannon. Wednesday get it clear. And here we go then. 47:16 on the clock. If you want to get yourself properly synced up with the stream here, let me know and I will give you a time stamp as we go. FFP roundtable chat. God, don't. Danny Roll, he's got his notebook out. Was it saying it about getting an equaliser? You felt while the game was 0-0, really worked nicely for Wednesday, but having to chase against Leeds, that's not the one, is it? And Leeds have started the second half well, actually. Diaby knocks that one out for a corner. Which Somerville is going to take. It's going to be an outswinger from the right with the right foot. He holds up one arm, whatever that means in the playbook. Precious little because it's headed away by Valentin. Kamara skips past him. Kamara on the left wing, really good play. He's a great player, Kamara. And the Firpo into Rute. Rute, nice feet inside the box. Rute hits the shot. Really good effort. Really good save that. He didn't do a hell of a lot wrong with that at all, Rute. He's trying to wrong foot the keeper low into the corner. It's a great save by Beadle. In comes the cross. Headed out by Famewo. Surely Bannon got fouled there by Rute. No foul given. And Bannon does, in the end, hook that away. Leeds have come out looking really strong in the second half. Be interested to see that Rute chance there. Looked like a good effort, actually, and a good save by James Beadle. Yeah, FFP. As a Rangers fan, sick of hearing those three letters. Ian Somerville will definitely be in my team of the season. And here he is. There's one into the channel for Gray to chase. And Beadle waits at the edge of the box. Right, we're going to see that Rute chance. All fashioned that by a really good patient bit of play by Kamara. That's a really good effort by Rute, isn't he? Does nothing wrong with that. Spins his body, wrong foots the keeper. It's going in the corner. It's good from both players. Good from Rute and good from Beadle. In the Wednesday goal. Has Gassama taken that out of play? No one knows whose thrown it is. Lovely moment where all the players from both sides appeal. The ref and the linesman look at each other and go, well, I don't know. Someone do something. Stick your flag. Linesman never flags at that point. Lets the poor old ref sort it out. Griff. Bamford. He's running the channel for Nonto to chase. Knocked home by Diaby. Diaby through the lines. Nice little dummy there, but that's going to be a turnover. Ugbo gives it away. Nice couple of ones around the corner by Leeds. This looks like a good opening. Rute into the box. Rute should have slid Nonto in, shouldn't he? Hits the shot and the shot's got blocked. I thought as soon as he got on that, slide Nonto in and you're in all kinds of trouble if you're Wednesday. But Rute fancied a shot at goal there, didn't he? Well blocked out. All came from the turnover. Leeds have been well on top in this half, haven't they? Here comes Valentin down the right. Valentin's cross is deflected, and Leeds are going to clear with Firpo. Horrible clearance by Firpo. Bamford tries to win it back, but Bannon recycles on to Bambo Diaby. Hospital ball by him to Bernard. Somerville thought he'd won the throw-in, but it's going to be a blue and white ball. Daniel Farker disagrees. But as I always say, whether they're right or wrong, never trust a football player or a football manager appealing for a decision. They'll appeal for everything, whether they're right or wrong. Diaby on halfway. Wednesday getting their feet on the ball for the first time in this half. Valentin. Bannon. Valentin blocked out by Firpo. It's going to be another Wednesday throw. Masaba. It's gone back into Diaby. Wednesday building up some possession. All in front of Leeds at the moment. Although here they come now with Palmer over on the left wing. Right back, playing central midfield, running down the left wing. How about that? Liam Palmer, everybody. Throwing goes in looking for Gassama. It's a high foot there. Is it on Rodon from Gassama? It's going to be a free kick to Leeds United. Gassama saying low header. Poor old Rodon's already got his eyebrow glued up from when Junior Firpo, his own player, crashed into him inside the penalty box. Palmer has been a good servant to Wednesday, hasn't he, just Ian? I guess 300 plus games has he played for them, Liam Palmer? Someone check that. Get on FootMob and check that one for me. Helped on by Palmer. Rodon heads away. Kamara flicks it on. Bannon plays it backwards, plays his team into trouble there. And it's won by Bamford. Bamford giveaway. Oh, dearie me. Lads, both teams. 3 unforced errors in the space of a minute there. Pretty industrial looking challenge there by Johnson. And another one there. Johnson needs to be careful there. There's a bit of heat between Johnson and Nonto. I know Nonto was giving it the big one, wasn't he, against Huddersfield at the weekend. So I'm sure everyone looked at that and thought, get up and at him. But Nonto's played him quite well there. And Johnson needs to be careful. Melier goes long. Easy header away for Akin for Maywo. And Kamara is a lovely player to watch for Leeds, isn't he? Like to know what his pass completion is for the season. Seems to rarely misuse the chance to circulate possession for his team. Forward it goes. Masaba. Ugbo's in there causing trouble again. Good defending by Rodon. Gruif. Ruter tries that little dink scoop, whatever you want to call it, over the top. Somerville's trying to make Valentin play it. And he does well, actually. And it's going to be a throw-in for Leeds United. There we go. 374 games. 426. I'd imagine Peter has got all competitions there. So the thick end of 400 games, Liam Palmer, what a servant, hey? Let me know if there are any players at the club you support on 400 games. My God, can't be too many. Few comments about Dean Lewington at MK. Oh, here comes Somerville into the box. Somerville cut back. Good defending Diaby there. Could have gone anywhere that. Oh, they haven't cleared their lines there. Although Bannon, that's a brilliant header by Bannon. Not only does he clear it, he heads it straight to Johnson, who's going to try and run Gray all the way down the line. This is excellent from Marvin Johnson. Johnson keeps going. He's going to make Gray play it. Has he fouled him? Oh, he just fouled him at the end. Johnson had done so well up until that point, and Gray just got in front and drew the foul. Looked like he got his team all the way up the pitch there. And Gray just managed to get in front and draw the foul. He's been really good tonight, Gray at right back, hasn't he? 56-59 on the clock. Might as well have said 57. Wednesday 0, Leeds 1. Subs imminent in the next 10 minutes, I would suggest. All round the corner, here's Gnonto. Gnonto is in. Huge chance for Leeds. Gnonto! And there you go. Probably game, set, and match for Leeds United. Gnonto in on the right-hand side. Great composure. He dribbles in with the right foot. He hits the shot. And it's a really strong finish by Gnonto. And it's going to be a really strong night for Leeds. 11 wins in 12 incoming, it looks like. Wednesday 0, Leeds 2. Gnonto is the scorer. Well, they've struggled with the offside trap all night Wednesday. Leeds have got in 3 times now, including this one. He was just onside by my eye. And a dribbler like Gnonto was always going to relish a chance like that. Sits the keeper down. He could go either way. Sticks it in the corner. And Gnonto was hot favourite to score in that 1v1. And Leeds are white hot favourites to win this game now. Wednesday 0, Leeds 2. I wouldn't say Leeds have been at their scintillating best tonight, but this stage of the season, just do your job, win the game, get another one ticked off, get back into second in the league, which is where Leeds United are heading right now. Wednesday 0, Leeds 2. Get your comments in on what's looking like a thoroughly professional job here by Leeds United. Gnonto puts them 2-0 up. Great touch from Bamford. Nice ball round the corner, wasn't it, as well? Brilliant result this for Blues. Yeah, plenty of vested interest. Oh, and there's a giveaway now. This doesn't want to get loose for Wednesday, does it? Ruter. Gnonto slips it through. Somerville, what a save by Beadle. Flag stays down. Should have been 3-0 Leeds. Wednesday need to compose themselves now because it's got a bit loose and Leeds could go on and win this one 3-4 and Wednesday will feel, how have we got battered by that much? We haven't played so badly, hey? Dear oh me. Firpo. It's a great save, though, by Beadle. Somerville look odds on to score there. Ruter in the tight space yet again, making a huge chance for Leeds. I suspect if you look up the chance creation statistics for the Championship, Ruter will be, I don't even want to say he'll be top. I'd imagine he'll be top and he'll be miles clear. Here is Bernard for Sheffield Wednesday. Trying to get down the right-hand side, given away. Benjamin, how do you feel watching Leeds as an Ipswich fan? I don't watch Leeds as an Ipswich fan. I'm a professional tonight, matey. I can control my emotions. And I try and do my job here, which is to bring you lot a watch-along with balanced views. You're allowed to be fans. Not my gimmick, I'm afraid. So I'll go with balance and logic rather than emotion. Bamford trying to get through a game. It's gone very, very loose for Wednesday. They need to not chase this now and just settle down for a few minutes, don't they? Else they're going to lose 3-4-0. The way the Leeds front four have now kicked into gear at 2-0 up. It's a lovely score to play at 2-0 up, isn't it, hey? And as Sky are pointing out, Leeds just aren't conceding any goals at the moment. No second half goals conceded in the past 12 games. That's ridiculous. Brilliant defensive record. Great save by the excellent Wednesday keeper. Was an awesome save. It's made 2 good saves in this half, which has been pretty well dominated by Leeds, hasn't it? The one from Ruter, where he span it down to his right-hand side, low to the near post. And that one there from Somerville. And Leeds have obviously scored into the bargain as well. Here is Gray. Nonto. Bamford. Nonto. Firpo. No. I was going to say Firpo. I was just expecting it to land on his chest, but the ball's just clipped over his head. And it looks like we are going to the benches. Wednesday are ready in a couple of substitutes. Daniel Farker just having a look across to see how he is going to react. But the onus is all on Wednesday, all on Danny Roll now, isn't it, to make something happen? All Leeds have to do now is see this thing out, and the 3 points is theirs. Wednesday have got to make something happen, make the chase. Ben, the consummate pro, which is why we're all a comment of the day, Lee. Well done, you. What score did I predict? I think I went, did I go 2-1? 2-1 Leeds, I think. I'm well in the game if I did. I can't remember. I make a lot of predictions through the season. Oh, there's a giveaway. Although Grueff is right back in there to win it back. And Kamara draws the foul. Leeds are controlling this beautifully now, aren't they? Love a bit of Ben on a Friday night. Thank you, Math. We love having you here. Fast and loose start to the half. Leeds quality will kick. Exactly. Exactly. You can't play loose against Leeds. I don't think you can even attack this Leeds side at Championship level, can you? Oh, that's not very good to see. A couple of bottles being thrown on there at the Leeds keeper, which the Sky cameras have been keen to pick up, which we don't like to see. But I would advise the chat not to tar an entire city or nation or class of fan by the actions of some idiots. Talk about the idiots, fine. Right, substitute time for Sheffield Wednesday. Is it a double or a treble? Will Volks has come on. Let's see Michael Smith come on. Hopefully Sky will give me a graphic. I wasn't paying attention. Shock horror. Oh, treble. Volks, Iorfa and Smith in for Palmer, Valentin and Diaby. Get that into your head, Ben. Volks, Iorfa and Smith. So right down the spine of the team. But you can immediately see Sheffield Wednesday. Fair play to Danny Roll. 2 up top. So this is going to go one of 2 ways. Wednesday's going to have a good go at this and get closer, or they're going to get picked off and they're going to get hammered. But fair play to him for going for it. He's going to try and score some points. What use is a draw? Actually, a draw is some use. You know what I mean. It's what he's trying to get, a draw. Here is Rodon. Oh, terrible ball by Rodon. Straight to Gassama. Knocked into Smith. It's really poor from Smith. Really laboured touch there. And Firpo just able to just pick it off. It was a good ball into Smith. Pat Bamford goes down. Free kick to Leeds. 65 on the clock. Yellow card is coming out. Probably for Danny Roll, I think. Who got a little bit overexcited there. We released a statement, Paul says, saying we've been charged for not controlling the fans and they're still throwing bottles. Well, again, we'll try and focus on the individuals doing that rather than tarring all the Nice Sheffield Wednesday fans who don't throw bottles at opposition goalkeepers. Yeah, throw in for Leeds, which Gray is going to take 66-40 on the clock. Live league table coming up here. Leeds are going back into second, and these ungodly points totals being scored by the entire top four continue. Look at that. Leeds are going to go on to 79. Look at the goal difference as well. Don't look at Leeds' goal difference compared to Leicester. Look at it compared to Ipswich and Southampton. It's a big weapon in Leeds United's arsenal. Somerville. Nanto can't control that. Iorfa can't keep it in. Nanto to Firpo. To Ampadu. Kamara knocks that one back into Ampadu. Sky have just brought up the second half stats. It shows how dominant Leeds are. 70% possession, 3 shots on target, a goal, no shots conceded. Every fan base has a numpty, not just Wednesday. Exactly. Double step over from Somerville. Brilliant run by Somerville. Lovely feed into Bamford. Bamford wanted that on the left foot. Just got closed up. The Wednesday defenders had him well scouted. Nonto round the corner to Gray. Very narrow from right back. Nonto also very narrow from the right wing. Firpo. Kamara. Firpo gets fouled by Volks. And Leeds continue to control this game. And they have a free kick on the edge of the box. It's not on the edge of the box, is it? It's 10 yards outside the box. But you know what I'm saying, don't you? I doubt they'll clip it in, will they? No, maybe they will. Looks like Rodon's gone to the back stick. Firpo and Somerville over it. Firpo holds the arm up. Something tells me Somerville's going to take it. Nope. Firpo puts it in. Very good header clear. There's a foul on the edge of the box by Cree Somerville. Keep your comments coming in, guys. Brilliant, brilliant support tonight. Let me ask you one more time, if you wouldn't mind, to hit the like button on our lovely little stream here. We have got 138 likes. I'd love to get 150 likes, but we all need to be coordinated here, guys. You've got 9 seconds to hit the like button. Everybody get ready. It's time for a like spike. Hit the like button. Go. Thank you again for all your support. Thank you for supporting our sponsors as well. Beer 52 over there. Match Bingo over there. How is my Match Bingo going, by the way, tonight? In play as Bannon tries to knock that one into the channel. Nice take by Johnson. Johnson puts it across the pitch. Iorfa's chasing. Hooked up and away by Firpo. Hey, look, I got the goal in the minute ending in 8. That never happens to me, does it? So closing in a little bit, although that's a bit of a killer. Need a penalty in this one. Ho-hum. But we're still in the game over on Match Bingo. Please play responsibly if you are indeed joining in. And remember, Beer 52, you can see it in the ticker there. You can win. Get yourself a free case of beer. 8 world beers in there, magazines and bar snacks as well. It's free. You just got to cover the postage, as it says down there. £5.90 on the postage. It's on the ticker right now. Beer52.com/Bloom. www.beer5252.com/Bloom. And I'll shut up and talk about the game now, which Leeds are winning. And they've been very good in the second half. Leeds, having not really been that good in the first half, were they? But they nicked a goal, didn't they? Right at the end of stoppage time. Here come Wednesday. Shot driven in. Ooh, spilt. And Smith tries to force it over the line. Ampadu helps him out. Meslier unconvinced. I think it was Gassama who came in off the left-hand side, hit the shot. Pretty poor from Meslier, actually. He made a brilliant save, didn't he? From Gassama, wasn't it? 0-0. Smith couldn't quite force that one over the line. Meslier sort of diving on top of it afterwards. In comes the long throw from Volks. One good reason to have him on the pitch. Into it. And Wednesday, a little bit of pressure here. Johnson puts it in. Ugbo spins. It's blocked out by Ampadu. Hits the deck. Didn't look like there was any kind of foul for my first instinct. By the way, thank you for all of your likes. Let me just hit refresh. Did we go over 150? Oh, yes. 164. You lot are legends, and I appreciate it. Robert, found your channel last week when I typed in championship relegation predictions. Excellent. You're very, very welcome. Hit subscribe. Over on the wing again, Gassama, good feet, tries to stick the cross in. And Wednesday are rallying after that treble substitution. They've gone 2 up top, haven't they? And you do have to admire Danny Roll. He's playing, you know, a year one parachute team who were 2-0 up. You know, he's got the thick end of a League One squad, and he's going for it, isn't he? He's not going to sit there at 2-0 and just let the game play out. Here's that spill from Meslier. Oh, dear. Really unconvincing. Do you know, the best thing he did there, Meslier, was just dived on it the second time. If he didn't get his hands on that, Smith is just sticking that in the net. It kind of bobbles towards the goal. And Ampadu just bails him out and clears away. Kamara. Oh, what a pass that was attempted by Kamara there on the half volley. Trying to slice the defence apart. Lovely technique. Just put a bit too much on it, didn't he? And this is very open, which makes me think there may be another goal. Wednesday have gone all in on chasing it, which is very good for the spectacle. And I suppose if their supporters can have some empathy for the manager in the situation, well, why not? Why not? Goal difference down at the bottom is crazy anyway, isn't it? Everyone's got massive minus number, so why not try and get yourself a point? International break coming up. Go out with a bang. But you could lose 4-0 to Leeds. 74:53 on the clock. Diaby just sorting his feet out in time there. Firpo hits the deck and Volks is going to recycle. Iorfa fouled by Ampadu there. Ampadu's on a yellow card as well. Shot is hit with the left foot by Gassama. Ampadu needs to be careful there. Ooh, that one's been coming, hasn't it? Oh, it wasn't Johnson. It was Firmao. I was thinking it was going to be Johnson. Definite yellow card there. Firmao just smashes Nanto. And the yellow card rightly comes out for that one. I wonder how close Ampadu was. Took out Iorfa on the other side. It's one in the channel for Rute to chase from the free kick. Firmao sees that one out. Goal kick. Wednesday. Best to lose, giving it a go rather than sitting back. Well, I agree. And you never know if it goes 2-1. You never know what can happen, especially when you're the home team. You can always force that second goal, can't you? Bernard. Iorfa is coming forward down the right. He tries to head it onto Ugbo. Ooh, round the corner, and Somerville has suckered his man in. Somerville drifting into the middle. Somerville tries to play it through. Johnson has just got in there, but he's giving it to Nonto inside the box. Nonto back to Kamara. Volks gets the slide tackle in. Griff comes forward for Leeds. And here is Firpo. Leeds just getting the foot on it. Kamara. Ben, are you doing Cardiff v Ipswich tomorrow? Yes, come and join us, 12:15 tomorrow. Oh, Bamford slides it in for Somerville. Can't quite gather it. If he does gather it, he's in on goal. Remember, he was in on goal at 2-0, wasn't he? And Beadle made a fantastic save, the Wednesday keeper. We will be simulcasting again tomorrow with the Blue Monday channel as well. So we'll have Rich on actually tomorrow as well. Looking forward to that. We'll try and keep a good sense of objectivity as well. Don't worry, it won't turn into an Ipswich fest. I'll make sure of that. Volks knocks that out to the right-hand side. And Iorfa into the front to Smith. Smith, nice little knock off to Volks. Ooh, the ball was on to Johnson there at left back. And Wednesday, bless them, they're going for it. They're leaving themselves so open to concede another on the counter. Nonto drives forward. Nonto, lovely ball into Ruter, hits the shot blocked and spoons up for Beadle to catch. Surely there's going to be another goal in this game. Either Wednesday are going to get one back and make it interested, or in trying to do that, Leeds are going to nick another one on the counter. I offer to Smith. Bannon closing in on the edge of the box. Oh, dear. For a player of Barry Bannon's quality, that's a horrible ball. He holds his head in his hands. For a player of my quality, that would be a horrible ball, let alone Barry Bannon. But he overcooks that one. It's going to be a Leeds restart. As we approach minute 80, Daniel Farker just riding out this 11 that started the game for Leeds United. International break coming up. So some sense of a rest as we go into the final 9 games. And that includes very quickly Easter doubleheader and then a 3-game week following that. Don't quite know why a Sheffield Wednesday fan would be throwing the ball back over his head and wasting time when his team's 2-0 down. But Archie Gray's asking the same thing as me, but that's what he did. Gray throws it in. Volks cuts it out. Johnson hooks it forward. Ugbo chases. Rodon heads away. Ugbo scoops it up. And here's Gassama, who's gone very central in this since the subs have come on. I'm assuming he's playing a number 10 role with Ugbo and Smith up top. So fair play for rolling the dice. Oh, brilliant turn by Ruter. And now here come Leeds again. Nonto just held up by Bannon. Ruter's got it back again. Nonto's on the deck again. Don't know what happened there. Somerville, Kamara. Referee Allison says keep going. Kamara kicks it out of play. And I wouldn't imagine Leeds are going to get it back off Sheffield Wednesday because referee Allison did say keep going. Nonto is down. I didn't see what happened. I'd need to see the replay. He's holding his hand. You tell me. Well, Marvin Johnson trod on his foot is what happened. And life will go on. Dan James is going to come on for Leeds. So is Matteo Joseph. And so is Connor Roberts. Roberts on loan from Premier League, Burnley. Probably not to be Premier League for much longer, though. Dan James, former Man United player. Huge fees he's gone for before. And Matteo Joseph, more a kind of young project at Leeds. They're all coming on. Somerville is coming out. Not quite the explosive presence he was a couple of months ago, Somerville, where he was just scoring goals and getting assists virtually every game. Nonto comes out. He's got himself a goal today. Really decisive goal to make it 2-0. Willie Nonto. And Pat Bamford is having a smile there because he knows he's coming off and he's waiting to the last minute and he's not going to move and he's going to walk away really, really slowly. He's been asked to run, so he jogs. Everybody does it, don't they? Matteo Joseph is going to come on. Leeds have killed a minute with the substitute, so you'd imagine we'll be getting a fair amount of stoppage time at the end of the game. But none of that's really going to matter unless Wednesday get a goal. And fairly surprisingly, Wednesday have taken off Ike Ugbo, who's potentially the informed striker in the division at the moment. But if he's knackered, he's knackered. Bailey Kadamatari has come on, the youngster. I think he's got 3 goals, Kadamatari, this season. Malik Wilkes is going to come on as well. For Musaba. So extra legs. That's all 5 subs now for Wednesday. And there was a treble for Leeds as well, wasn't there? 84 on the clock. 6 minutes normal time. Probably another 6 stoppage time to play as well, or thereabout, 5, 6. Here comes Bannon down the left. Bannon crosses near post, headed up by Rodon. Bannon, nice little turn inside. Ruter into the channel. And Wednesday have kept that alive. Chest down by Volks, who just overpowers Kamara in central midfield. Iorfa, quite the athlete, sprinting down the right-hand side. Cross goes in looking for Smith. Goes loose at the back stick. Gassama. Gassama versus Gray. Nice feet by Gassama. This way, that way. Knocks it back. Cross comes in left-footed from Johnson. And it's out for a throw in 85. Gone now as Leeds look to see this one out. And they're able to give their, what we think is a 10 million euro signing, Joel Pirro at the start of the season. 5 minutes at the end of this game. Levels, isn't it? Levels. Bannon, Volks, Bernard, nice feet. Volks, strong, really strong. Here is Wilkes. Wilkes coming down the right-hand side. Crosses left-footed, former Hull winger, Malik Wilkes. Cross to the back post. Leeds get it clear once, twice. 3 times a lady. Here's Bannon. Bannon with the diag. Decent ball, that. Give me a corner. Firpo heads it away. Bannon was in a far easier position 5 minutes ago and played it long. Typically, far more difficult ball over the top to execute there, and he pulled that one off beautifully. Corner for Wednesday, which Bannon himself will take. Smith and Iorfa trying to find a space. Bannon knocks to the edge of the box. Volks crosses back stick. Nice head away by Rodon, who's very good in the air, isn't he? Gassama. Johnson crosses left-footed. Headed up in the air by Kamara. Bannon tries to bring it down. Heavy touch. Here goes Dan James. Good luck catching up with him. Mayo just got across there early, which is a good thing. You don't want to get in a foot race with Dan James. I went to see Ipswich play Swansea in 2018. And I sat pitch level. I don't normally like sitting pitch level. But I had Dan James in front of me in the first half. And he was fairly new to the scene then. And I thought, this guy is the fastest footballer I've ever seen. Until I saw Adama Traore at the end of that season. My God. What a freak of nature that guy is. Joel Pirro comes in for Jorginho Ruter. And Leeds take the throw. It's a foul on Big Smith. And honestly, even though the free kick's in their own half, there's probably some sense in Wednesday knocking this long. They haven't, which tells you why I'm not employed by a football club. Johnson over on the left, 88-23 on the clock. Dan James trying to get down the right. Nice tackle from Wilkes. Gassama to Iorfa. It's a foul by James. And another free kick. That man gets a mention. Look at the size of that man, Dave. A fine figure of a man. Sky are plugging Cardiff v Ipswich, which we are going to be covering tomorrow from 12:15. Simulcasting with the Blue Monday podcast. Smith in the box. Wilkes trying to find a yard of space for a shot. Crowded out. Kamara. Hefty coming together between Iorfa and Kamara. Everyone lived happily ever after. Here's Bannon. Johnson crosses left-footed. Nobody there. Ampadu eyebrows on that. Iorfa chance to recycle. Iorfa crosses near post. Gassama kind of leaps over it. And Meslier is furious that that cross came in the first place, but it's going to be a corner for Wednesday. 89-44. My guess was going to be 6 minutes stoppage time. We're about to find out. 10 seconds normal time remaining. Corner, Bannon, Wednesday. And it comes left-footed. Joseph heads out. There's the recycle. Bannon. Oh, lovely tiptoe by Bannon around Kamara. 5 minutes of stoppage time. There you go, up in heavy by 1 minute in both halves. Long range shot comes in from Marvin Johnson. Flies over the bar. And that'll do for Leeds, won't it? We always think 25 to 30 seconds every restart. That would take us to 91 minutes of the minimum 95 we are expecting tonight. Danny Roll, arms folded. I wouldn't be too concerned if I was a Wednesday fan. Gave Leeds a really good first half. And really, did Leeds really deserve to be a goal up by half-time? Not a lot in it, was it? They just nicked the goal right at the end of the half. I've got to admit, Leeds swept them away in the second half. But you do wonder if it had been 0-0 at half-time, whether it might have played out differently. But, hey, There's teams at the top and there's teams at the bottom, and teams at the top find a way to win and just have a whole different psychology on it, don't they? Sam Byram is coming on. Daniel Farker loves Sam Byram. He had him at Norwich, didn't he? Firpo out, Byram in. That is the 5 subs for Leeds. Leeds able to bring on Byram, James, Roberts, Joseph, and Pirro. How about that? Would have been mad. Wednesday could have moved up 7 places with a win. Would have been mad. Isn't going to happen unless we get some crazy comeback. But that feels massively unlikely, doesn't it? Here with 3 minutes minimum stoppage time remaining. And Dan James chasing down the left-hand side. Kamara is forward. Joseph. Roberts, it's opened up. Oh. Did not miss by much that, did it? I thought that was flying in the corner from Connor Roberts for 3-0 to wrap it all up for Leeds United. Really opened up there. Should probably score that, shouldn't he? The runner over his right shoulder means the defender, I think with Bannon, just has to move off. And for a Premier League player, which is what Roberts is paid by a Premier League club, probably should score that, shouldn't he? Find the corner. Corner short. Pirro looked like he dribbled that one out, didn't he? Officials say no. Another corner. Dan James grabs the ball. 93-18 on the clock. James is going to take the corner short. And he's going to win another one. Is he Pirro? No, goal kick. Still trying to play with some intensity, which I suppose is an encouraging sign for the Wednesday fans that haven't given up the ghost. And you have to acknowledge the quality gap between a team that was in League One last year versus a team that was in the Premier League last year. And in the fight, I'll say no more, in the financial landscape that we know exists in the Championship. Don't hate the player, hate the game. Certainly don't hate the bloke who talks about the game. Is what it is. 94-22. Leeds are going to win this one. And the final whistle is going to go in the next minute. Meslier takes the kick long. Volks clears it. Ampadu's just got the man of the match from Sky Sports. Knocks it forward. And a horrible slice by Deschamps Bernard. And that should just about do it for Leeds, shouldn't it? It's throwing up the pitch. They'll take 20 seconds to take this. And then the whistle will go, I would imagine. And that stand behind the goal there to the left as the hard cam looks at Hillsborough is going to celebrate another win. Wilkes brings it away. Knocks it down the line. James. Last counter chance for Leeds. James is heading to the box. Shepherded out. We've got a goal kick, but surely this game is done. And the full-time whistle goes. Sheffield Wednesday 0. Leeds 2. 11 wins in 12 for Leeds United. They move back into second. It is over to Ipswich, Leicester and Southampton tomorrow. Leeds have ticked off another game. 9 to go for them. Second place. If everything stayed the same, they would be going up. But a round of games tomorrow and plenty more twists and turns in the promotion race. Get your comments in. Mark, great to spend time with you too, my friend. Not Leeds' best performance. Effectively, well, exactly that. Just win at this stage of the season. At the end of a 3-game week, just win, 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 win. Congratulations, you Leeds fans. Happy in the chat. Thank you, Alf, for praising the commentary. And thank you to all the people who switch off the Sky commentary and listen to us on here. Very, very flattering that you would choose to do so. Let's have a look at the numbers in this one. I would suggest it was an even game until half-time, but Leeds quality in the second half just too much, wasn't it, in the end? And yeah, come what may, you look at the numbers, 60-40 possession, 1.94 XG to 0.7 in Leeds' favour, 13-9 on shots, 7-3 on shots on target, 4-1 on big chances. It is, in the end, a deserved win for Leeds, even though we've seen them blow teams away. We're just at this point now where these teams down at the bottom, Huddersfield, Sheffield Wednesday, Leeds have played both of them this week, given them a really good game, haven't they? And as the comments are saying, in a promotion race, just win, for goodness sake. Just win. As Pat Bamford and Jorginho Ruter are milking the away end, reluctantly, by the looks of it. Let's have a look at the league table. Obviously, only the one game of round 37 played already. But it is significant because we said the only mover we could have in the top four would be, we know Leicester are going to end the weekend top. We know Southampton are going to end the weekend fourth. It's only between Ipswich and Leeds have made the move into second with their win. They will stay there throughout the international break if Ipswich do not win at Cardiff tomorrow. The goal difference says a draw is no good for Ipswich at this stage in terms of holding on to second place. There you go. Let's read a few more comments before we head off and say our thank yous. What else have we got here in the chat? Excellent, kindly. Thank you, Math. I'll read out all the lovely complimentary ones. That's lovely for my ego. Cheers to Ads and Dave. Daniel Farker is just going and saluting the Leeds fans. Ian, well, a big thank you to you. Thank you for your membership. Matty, your commentary is better than Scott. Thank you very much. And Cuz is right. Drop a like, everybody. Jim, fair enough in the end. Wednesday will trouble size around. Yes, I would still be looking at the big picture, confident if I was a Wednesday fan that they're going to keep trending and they're going to keep scoring points. Night, Vindaloo. Ian, can't think of a better way of spending Friday evening. Thank you so much, sir. Robert, Stoke City is the one he feels concerned about. Adam, well done, Leeds. Do the job. Get the job done, hey? Ian, 9 days of rest for Leeds now. Yes, that is one good thing. It's the only good thing about playing Friday night on the end of a 3-game week. If an international break follows it, you just get a day extra rest. But yeah, relax now for those Leeds players. What else have we got here? Benjamin Bloom, nobody does it better. There we go. Lars, Leeds, Ipswich and Hull to go up. I'm sure Leicester fans will like that. Comment. Christopher, thank you. Good commentary. FXT, thank you so much. Clive, first half very even. Second half, Leeds just about the better side. That you might be underselling it. I think Leeds were really good for the first 20 minutes of the second half. They took the game, didn't they? And just took it away from Huddersfield then. That was last week. From Sheffield Wednesday with that extra bit of quality. Guys, I'm going to bid you all farewell. Absolutely fantastic support, fantastic numbers all night. I would love to see you all back here tomorrow for the simulcast. Cardiff versus Ipswich will be down my channel. This stream will also be going to the Blue Monday channel, and we can all chat together in the comments there. Get that debate moving. If you watch tonight and you're really into this promotion race, why not come and join us at 12:15 tomorrow? We're also going to be here on Sunday as well. Thank you to all of you lot. Hit the like button before you head out. Big thank you to the guys at Match Bingo and at Beer 52. You know the score with both of them. Make sure tomorrow you get your Match Bingo card for free for Man United versus Everton, and bingo's absolutely free. And I will see you tomorrow at 12:15 for Cardiff versus Ipswich. Congratulations, Leeds. 11 wins in 12. Back in to second place with Sheffield Wednesday 0. Leeds United 2.